Okay, so just recording this little something something for the Miyako Discord in case anyone has questions regarding pressure and, you know, stopping your opponent from jumping on you, which is admittedly very frustrating because the last thing you want to do is finally pin them down when it's a difficult neutral matchup. And they just jump out of your pressure and you can't do anything. You just eat shit. So, something that should be noted about Miyako, which makes her really good at pressure, is the fact that she has moves that advance her forward, which keeps her in your safe space and makes her a nuisance, especially because of the type of damage she can get. So those moves end up being 5B, 6B, 5C, 2B, and 2CC to some degree. But something that should be noted from this is that 5B, 2B, and 5C cannot be shielded low, which is good in case you want to take huge damage or like take big damage out of them shielding incorrectly. But 6B loses to low shield because Kamune hates Miyako. Anyways, another big aspect that makes her really good at, you know, holding people, like making them block, being a nuisance, is that some of her moves, at least a good half of them, are plus, or at least leave her an advantage. So for instance, you have her Stomp series, 2-2A, 2-2B, and 2BC. Those are all plus. 2-2A is +2, 2-2B I wanna say +6, and I don't know the frame advantage for 2BC, but I think it should be the same as 2B. You also have her lunge punches, her 2-1-4A series, 2-1-4X I mean. 2-1-4A charged, that is +0, so essentially neutral, but you do have fast buttons so you can mash. 2-1-4B charged, that leaves you +2, so plus frames, you can still mash. And 2-1-4C, that's a whole different thing, but most of the time you're going to be using these two buttons in pressure. So first let's go into rebeats, and what you want to do most of the time is just end your rebeat in 5A or 2A, so you can press another button immediately, and you're still going to be within this range. So what happens here is that if your opponent is jumping on you a lot, you're essentially going to want to do 5B after a block string. Keep from doing shit on you, etc. Yeah, 5B is really good in this regard. There we go. 3.8k because they decided to jump on you. You can get way more. If you optimize properly, you can get like 4k out of just one bar, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, most of the time 5B is gonna pull through, especially if you're very close here. At some points you can get away with doing 5C, but like as you can see here, it's too slow and doesn't have enough vertical reach. Or yeah, vertical reach. But yeah, 5B is the way to go. Catches people jumping, mashing, moves you forward, keeps you in there. Another aspect about Miyako pressure that you really want to know is that, you know, she has comboable grabs. Comboable grabs are pretty good because, one, it gives you above average damage. It can give you different Oki, and it also builds meter. So for instance, let me change this up. Default. Okay, so I grab. That's a good chunk of the way into one magic meter bar, which is always good. You can never complain about a comboable grab. Another thing about Miyako that makes her pretty cool and pretty scary to be grabbed on is that she can reset you half of the time. So for example, let's turn jumping off, and then let's make her stop guarding. So essentially you're gonna be grabbing until you throw them away from the corner. But you could kill them, right? Or you want to get more greedy and, you know, get something better off of that. So what you can do is that you throw them, and then you go directly into 236B. And that gives you 444k in case they don't block it, they don't shield it, they don't mash it. You could also go for this. I'm not pretty sure about that one. I'm pretty sure you can go for more low from that. Etc, etc. Resets are good. Don't do it too often, because then they're gonna catch on to you and then you're gonna eat shit. Anyways, going to the next aspect of her pressure is her special moves, which I think are fairly easy to do in case you're pretty bad at rebeating or you're just new and you haven't gotten the grasp of them, which I encourage you to do because Miyako rebeats are so strong, but you also want to be using specials, right? So for example, let's say that you're hitting the string and you end on 2-2A. 2-2A leaves you at this range, and you know Miyako can't really do much from here. And plus, she's only gonna be +2, so that doesn't give her enough time for 5C to run up 5C. Only in case they're respecting it too much, but if they're jumping, that's not gonna catch it. Like that. So what you want to do here is that, you know, you're +2. So what you can do is go for a 2-2-6A. And then can get you a combo, which is very good. I see this land a lot in bracket, especially I think Howie Racing lands a lot. Pretty good, pretty good. Same thing with 2-2B. Outside, you're gonna be doing this, mixing up your stomps, which is always good. But 2-2B, you're gonna hit it at this distance in case you decide to block it. So here, you can reliably land the 5C because 2-2B is, I want to say +6, but I'm not sure about that. But it is absolutely more pleasant 2-2A. So you have more time to do anything. 2-2B, 5C, don't jump on me, and now you eat 3.8k. 4k actually. And then a setup, which you can go into like unblockable, etc. Sometimes if they're really respecting you, especially like 2-way stop or like 2-2B, especially with 2-2B, you just walk up, grab them, yada yada yada. Make them afraid of being grabbed. That way they mash on you, and if they mash on you, hit them with frame traps. That's essentially the Miyako block strings in a nutshell. Other plus moves, the early specials, the lunges. This one is 2-1-4-8, so essentially that leaves you +0, neutral. Odds are you're gonna have the fastest button, so what you can do here is that you do charge and then 5A if they're thinking of jumping on you or mashing on you. These are very unoptimized combos, but you get the idea. You can get a good combo out of that. 5A, you can get that off of charge punch, again +0. Something that I also want to mention, whenever you land 2-1-4-A or 2-1-4-B charged, is that if they start respecting you, the cool thing about it is that they're just gonna hold down back. So what you can do, your plus, you can do whatever. You can punch them, or you can go up and punch again to mix it up, or you can just go up to them, grab them, make them scared, make them not want to fucking block, so they mash, yada yada yada. That's how I repeat itself. You can do it from 2-1-4-B. That's +4, I want to say. Not sure about that, but it is plus. Vertical jump. I reliably, almost like 90% of the time, do catch people who don't know any better. It's kind of a knowledge check. Mash on this, and they need a ungodly amount of damage because they decided to mash on it. And I'd like to say that's it for the most part. Again, another good thing about these punches is that they do have armor. Etc. So you can get really good damage out of that. I'm just fumbling the combo right now. Either way, yeah, armor. In case they're mashing on you too much, it's gonna make them scared of it. And yeah, for the most part, just stay close to your opponent. Make sure they don't fucking mash on you. Oh yeah, delayed 2-2 stomp is also pretty good. I love using that shit because again, most of the time they're gonna expect you to just end the block chain like that, and they're gonna be safe, quote unquote safe. Just be more patient. But if they're being very mashy, you can just delay it. And get an OTG off of that. Or if you're really prepared for it, you can go for this. Look at that. They got hit by 2-2 and they hit 4.6. But because they didn't want to block. And then when they start blocking, they start grabbing, etc. Pretty good, pretty good.